Welcome to Traveling with Diamonds. Today we're going to do a question and answer. I'm going to hello. Today we're going to do I'm going to answer a lot of questions. Because I have 100 subscribers and I'm so excited about that, and there will be a giveaway. So look at the notes, and I'll give you at the end of the video how you need to enter the giveaway. So or maybe halfway through. Let me write a marker question. Let's see. I'm putting a note to halfway through give you the directions for the giveaway. Please. So this is a question and answer video because I have 100 subscribers. So thank you so much for joining. We're going to do a kit up in chat. Hopefully you can see my table pretty well and don't see any weird shadows or I wanted you to be able to see the whole table to kind of see how I'm kitting up this Mulan Little Warrior kit. It's so cute. I have my drink. I have my scissors, my Elizabeth Ward style, in quotes, Elizabeth Ward in quotes style. I have my Elizabeth Ward style tray. We have our kit. We have our dryer sheet. We have everything, I think, and we have our questions. So I did ask people to give me questions on my videos, but I know I don't have a lot of watchers, people who watch my videos. And I'm so excited to have 100 subscribers. So I have 2 questions from Pampered with Diamonds. And then the rest of my questions were AI generated. So they should be interesting. Because this is something generative AI is kind of good at. So let's open up Mulan. We have a little toolkit. Let's get our sticker sheet out. We should have already fished for the treasure quest card at some point when I got this kit. I think this kit was a gift. If I look at my gem slow, it says gift. So this kit must have been a gift to me. So I think it was from one of my family members at Christmas maybe, or something like that. So let's get... It was definitely an Amazon purchase because it's got the Amazon register your kit thing, but I can't register it if it was a gift because I didn't purchase it. And here are our drills. So we'll put everything back in the box. And the cats are deciding this is the time to fight. So that's interesting if you hear that in the background. Yes, the cats are deciding. Oops, and I'm dropping things. So I thought I'd kit up. I like having a small round kit, just to kind of let you know why I'm kitting this up for March. I have big square kits I'm working on, and so I like to have a small round kit to work on to give me a reprieve. So that goes into my first question from Pampered with Diamonds. Do I like round or squares better? Well, I tend to gravitate towards squares, but I do get to where I want a round. Sorry, this is going to be loud for a minute. I like both, but I tend to gravitate towards squares. Like if I'm going to order from Jaded Gem Shop, I order squares. I don't know why, but I love the way they fit together. I like that they cover the whole, I do know why, I guess. I like the way they fit together. I like that they cover the whole grid, the whole canvas is, you know, there's no empty space like rounds have. But I think rounds are easier to place. Rounds go faster. So I like having these small, especially small round kits. And I like my occasional big round kit to, you know, I like having these small round kits to kind of, you know, give me a break from my big round, you know, it just it makes it so pleasing, to do that. And then I assume it's a she, because there's a little profile picture and it looks like a woman. And so I apologize if you're not, Pampered with Diamonds, and asked if I've tried tweezers for placing, and I have. I don't like it. Of course, I might get better with it with practice, but I'm such a multi-placer. I like 12, you know, a 12 placer. I like to multi-place as much as I can. You know, you can't get more than a few. You can get more than one sometimes in the tweezers, but usually only one. And I just am not that, my fine motor skills maybe aren't that good to use tweezers. I have enough trouble if I lay something down wrong, tweezing to pick up the wrong thing, the wrong drill. So, yeah, I just, have a lot of you know, so I like both. Both are good for me, rounds and squares, and tweezers, not so much. So hopefully I answered your question, and I thank you so much for leaving one. So my first question from the AI generated questions are, why did you start Traveling with Diamonds? Well, here's the thing. I think I live alone. I have 2 cats. I have been single my whole adult life. I've lived in, you know, alone most of my adult life. You know, I need somebody to tell my stories to. Like, is that a weird reason? And I got to where I like this thing called diamond painting. I loved watching diamond painting YouTube. And I was like, I could probably do that. And it would probably give me somewhere to tell my stories to. So, like, I always thought, oh, what I want to do is whip and chats. And, you know, and the videos of this style, you know, where I look down at what I'm doing and, you know, listen to me speak. I am trying to get better at extemporaneous speaking. I used to be so good at it. I used to be so good at presentations. I used to be so good at extemporaneous speaking, and it just, I didn't use it enough, and it got, you know, coming up with words on the fly, you know, just being able to think quick, got, it failed me. I got, to where I can't do it as well. And so I found making these videos kind of helps me with that. It helps me come up with things on the, like, with just from a few notes or just from these questions. Like, I didn't write these answers ahead of time. I'm going to try to come up with them just as I'm doing them. And that's so good for my brain. I want to be able to, you know, be good at, I want to be able to be good at presentations, be good at videos, be good at doing something and speaking at the same time. Hey, that's something. And being able to kind of present to you, you know, even though it's just a chat, you know, maybe it's more of a presentation when I do my, months in review and stuff like that, or when I do an unboxing. But, you know, those things, it's all helping me. It's all stemming those, it's all like stemming. It's, that's not the right word. It's all like, it's all helping those skill sets that I want to maintain better. You know, the public speaking, the extemporaneous speaking, the coming up with words, the saying ums. Gosh, I want to get better at that. I had gotten so good at that at one point when I was doing Toastmasters. I just, you know, because they ring a bell. I don't know if you've ever done Toastmasters or know what Toastmasters is, but they will ring the one I went to at least, well, they will ring a bell when you speak, if you say or any clutch word. But it is just so, and then I hear it and I just cringe. Then it's so stark, you know, and you know is one too. So is one. I think people feel like they have to fill the silence, and so they fill the silence with clutch words. But anyway, that's a long-winded answer, but I thought I could do it, and I wanted a place to tell my stories to, and wanted to get better at presenting myself in one way or another. And I like diamond painting, and the channel has really helped fuel my diamond painting. Okay, the next question. How did I get into diamond painting? You know, I think it was one of those things, like I was watching somehow, like I think I did a paint by number or two, and then I think I did a paint by number or two, and the algorithm kind of figured that out and fed me. And I was following Karen Puzzles, I think, at this time, because I was doing a lot of puzzles. And I think she did a Diamond Art Club, like, diamond painting, maybe. Like, she's a puzzle channel, but I think she, like, did a diamond painting. And I was like, okay. So it fed to me in a couple of algorithms. The diamond painting in general. So I found out about it that way. And then I found, you know, and I just decided I was going to try it. So I found, this kind of gets into the next question, but I found Paint Gym, or maybe they were like Diamond Art. I think I looked at Diamond Art Club and went, oh, they're all real big. Let me start with something smaller. And I think I probably Googled small diamond paintings, and this is before I knew about licensing or anything. So of course stuff came up on Amazon, but I found Paint Gym luckily, and yeah, it was kind of, I was hooked from there. I've taken a few little breaks, but I've been pretty hooked on diamond painting. What was my first kit? It was that Paint Gym mystery set. The first mystery set they came up with. So my first kit was squares, it was minis, it was mystery, it was yeah. And then my first Diamond Art Club kit was this is not part of the question, but like my first Diamond Art Club kit was Piano Dreams, that pink kit with the woman sitting at the piano. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's pinks and purples. It's beautiful. And I think it was squares too. I think so my first big kit was squares. I think I did squares for a while until I did a round kit. And then I found, kind of continue on the origin story here, like, then I found Diamonds and Washi and, like, learned so much. I think I might have found her while I was doing the mini set, because I knew about, like, washi tape borders and stuff like that from her when I did my piano, whatever, that piano, wish I remembered the name of it. That piano, kit. I knew about that, and I'm sure I knew it from Diamonds and Washi. So a Google search of, a YouTube search of diamond paintings, and you end up at Diamonds and Washi, and that's how I learned so many good tips and tricks, and that's how I learned how to, section off canvases, and I'm so glad I learned that stuff, and I learned it so early in my diamond painting, because it just made things so much easier. Like, I learned how to multi-place. I learned how to section off canvases with washi tape. I learned how to put a washi tape border around. I learned, I learned about licensing. I learned so much from Diamonds and Washi. So I thank her a lot. We went over round and square drills and why. And I'm a it says multi-placer or single placer. I'm a multi-placer. I said that before. I like my 12. Now sometimes on these small kits, I don't do the 12 placer. I'll do like a 6 placer or an 8 placer. But, on the mini sets and stuff like that. But, yeah, my go-to is a 12 placer, 10 or 12 placer from Diamond Art Club. The thin multi-placer. Yeah, those are my go-to things. Okay, what's next? Where did my channel name come from? So I travel a lot for work, and I was taking diamond paintings with me. And it just came to me one day, way before I started the channel. I said, oh, if I ever have a YouTube channel, I'll call it Traveling with Diamonds. Because I travel with my diamond painting kits. And I've traveled with fairly large kits, not like crazy large kits, but some pretty big kits. Like, I think the biggest kit I traveled with was like a 70 by 80. And I was driving, and so that makes that a lot easier. Like flying, I've done a lot of, 30 by 40 kits with half-size Elizabeth Ward. I've done mini sets, things like that traveling. So that's where that's where my channel name came from, though. Traveling with Diamonds. I just like the way it sounded, and yeah, I travel with my diamond paintings. What was my first video? It was a whip and chat, because I think it's pretty awkward. It was last August, maybe, if you want to go back and watch it. I think there's, like, I think I've learned some stuff about filming. I think I've gotten more comfortable talking to the camera, talking to the phone. I think I think things have just gotten better. I think I talk pretty slow. Anyway, I think I learned that from Toastmasters. And I'm trying desperately not to say and I do anyway. Like, you learn to give space when you're public speaking. So, and sometimes I'm just trying to think of what to say, so I talk slow. But I think that the first video, that first whip and chat is pretty rough, but I think I kind of got into it and warmed up a little bit, and I think my whip and chats have gotten progressively better as I've gone on. So that was my first video. Let's see. What is the hardest part about being a small creator? I want to do a big event. I want to host a big event. I don't know. Like, I want to reach the people who, like, I'm not so worried about the numbers. I more am worried about reaching the people who really enjoy me and like me. And you have to reach a lot of people to find those people who like you. And so I don't think I'm reaching a lot of people. You know, I'm not the best at, like, my thumbnails and stuff like that. I think they've gotten significantly better. I get better at them over time. I'm still learning a lot about that. And I think, you know, I think I'll continue to get better, but I think it's just, and it's figuring out how to get the exposure on the channel, you know, and being able to get it out to people so that you can find your community of people who like you. So, you know, and yeah, I think you know, there's so many of us. There's so many diamond painting YouTube creators. Like, there's something for everybody. And, you know, my channels have very, very small growth. And part of that is just I'm not so comfortable putting myself out there. I'm not so comfortable, like, really... like, I finally posted this to, like, some of my friends, and some of my, you know, my family was the first people I told about it. You know, some people just found me. Like, I would post it to the Discord because I really like the Discord server. I love having that community. And that's the Crafters Den Discord, in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. But I don't think it's really hard being a small creator. I just think, you know, I want some of the things that come along, not like, I just want to be able to do a big event and have it reach a lot of people, or to participate, like, to co-host some, you know, one of these big events, and I want to be big enough to do that. And like, I'm not so worried about getting big enough to monetize or getting big enough to you know, do other things. But you know, I'd love to be a part of some of those big events that happen throughout the year that people really, really like. And if I have, you know, as I get bigger, I will probably start my own event. We'll see. What was my reaction to hitting 100 subscribers? It happened the day I had surgery on my shoulder, because I was sitting on the couch after the surgery with, let me tell you, with a nerve block to my arm. So I was using my left hand, and it was after surgery. Like, we had come home, I'd eaten something, I'd changed clothes, and I'd look on my phone, and I was like, oh my God, my dad was sitting next to me. I go, I hit 100 subscribers. And my dad's like, huh, like he didn't think very big of it, but I was pretty excited. But yeah, I was hours outside of surgery, so I was a little out of it probably. Like, and I had a completely numb from my shoulder to my hand. Like, it was a limp arm, in a sling. I wasn't in pain because I still had the nerve block, but I was, coming out of anesthesia and everything. It was a strange thing, but it was very, very exciting. Very, very exciting. Very exciting. This asks, what's my current whip? I have a few. I have Glorious Purpose, which was for Fairy Tales and Folklore. It's a Loki kit. It was for Fairy Tales and Folklore and Fandom February. I only made it about a third of the way through the kit, or a little less than a third of the way through the kit so far. I mean, February's not over yet, but it's pretty close. In February, I'm filming this in the very last day of February, but it won't go up until like the second week of March. That's my current whip. And then I have Home is Where the Magic Is, which is the winter Randall Spangler house. And I have my temperature chart with the potion bottles from Diamond Art Studio UK. And those are my main whips. This will become a whip. And I have 2 whips that are on hold, just waiting to be more seasonal. And they are it's the Sleeping Cat from Michael's Make Market for Christmas, and the Crafter's Den Summer Mystery. So I'm just kind of waiting for those to become more seasonal, and I'll bring them back out as a whip. They're kind of on hold right now. So I have quite a few whips. What's the biggest canvas I've completed? It was the Trick or Treat with Black Cat by Randall Spangler. It came in like a mystery box, and I hunted it down. And it was 70 something by 80 something. I think it was the biggest kit I've completed for sure. It was a big square kit. And then after that, Home is Where the Magic Is will be the next one that once I complete that, it'll be the biggest kit I've completed, because it'll be the biggest kit I've done. So let's see what the next question is. What is my dream kit? I want a Wally kit. Wally E kit from I love Wally. That's my cat's name too, Wally and Eva. I love Wally from Pixar. I want a Wally kit so bad, but they haven't made one yet. The dream kit that I don't have that's been made, kind of a unicorn kit that's been made. Like, I'd love some of the old, like, there's 2 Mandy Manzanos that are old kits that I would love to get my hands on, but when they come up, they're so expensive when you see them on the D-Stash, if they ever come up. One is Darth Daddy, that I think was a diamond painting kit at one point with Diamond Art Club. And then the other was something Beastie. It's the Maleficent. kit. Like when Maleficent was a child, I think, or when Aurora was a child, or yeah, Aurora was a child. And Darth Daddy. Those two kits I'd love to get my hands on, but I don't think I'm going to. And then, yeah, if they could make any kit, I really want a Wally kit. I want them to make a Wally kit. How do I film my whip and chat? I do it two different ways. I do like I'm filming now, which is at a TV tray at my couch with a like floor stand, phone stand, you know, with like one of those, because I film with my phone. I have a Samsung S25. Or S25. Just the regular one. And I have a floor stand that I prop up next, that I, stand next to the table. And I film, and that works pretty well. And then I have a big craft table. And, sometimes I film at my craft table if the section's kind of at the right place, or I just haven't gotten my craft table out since my surgery because it's kind of heavy. And I don't know if I can do it with just my left hand. But we'll see, because tomorrow I want to film my month in review and I need my craft table to do that. And I just dropped my labels. So hold please while I climb out of this, trying not to move the table. Then get I moved the table. Oh, maybe I can just reach them. Okay. I got them. Okay, where are we? 402. So yeah, so that's how I film. I film with the craft table with I have an arm, like a filming arm that clamps on to the table. And that works pretty well. I find both work okay. The trickiest thing I find is lighting. Like I need overhead light, but not direct overhead light. Like sometimes sometimes you get a lot of glare and shadows if you have, like my filming arm has a light on it. If I use that light, I didn't put these on that's why they're jumping around. I didn't put them on the dryer sheet. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, the filming arm. So the light on the filming arm doesn't work so well because it will cast glares and shadows, especially because there's plastic film on diamond painting kits, as you know, and those like to have glare. So lighting's the hardest part of filming. What's my favorite time of day to diamond paint? My favorite time of day to diamond paint is early in the morning. Like 4 a.m. On the days I don't go work out even on the days I go work out, I work out at 5:30. I like to, let's see. So I love to wake up early in the morning and diamond paint, and then that's my favorite time of day to diamond paint. Before work, before things get started. It's a good way to start the day. What do I watch or listen to while I diamond paint? A lot of YouTube. A lot of other diamond painters, a lot of whip and chats, a lot of the other content I like and on YouTube, such as I'm a Disney adult. I like Disney World content, Disney theme park content, and general Disney content. And then I like some science educators and stuff like that on YouTube. So, yeah, that mic could fit in. I don't like that one. Yeah, I think it'll fit in this. So yeah, I watch that. I watch, you know, I don't like watching a show or anything like that as much, just because it's harder to keep track of what's going on because you're not looking at it as much. I will listen to an audiobook sometimes while I'm diamond painting. I found that works pretty well. Do I snack or drink while I'm diamond painting? I do sometimes. My favorite go-to drinks are polar seltzers. I like seltzer water. I like bubbly water. Kind of like LaCroix, but the cheaper version is the polar. And I find it tastes better too. So, and then, or other than that, I'm drinking a bottled iced tea. Those are the two things I'm probably drinking. If I'm snacking, sometimes it's sweets and candy. Sometimes it's, this time of year, it's jelly beans. Which is not the best thing to be snacking on, but that's what I do sometimes. And then, oh, so now how we're going to go through how we're going to enter the giveaway. So what the giveaway is, I'll tell you what it is first, is I'm going to put together a little goodie bag. It's not anything great, you know, but it's going to have some neat stuff in it. There's going to at least be, there's going to be a diamond painting pin. It may be like a novelty pin, you know, it's not going to be one of the just stick plastic pins, but there's some novelty diamond painting pins that aren't the most useful things in the world, but I have a few of them. Or it may be there's one or two in my stash I don't like. So we'll see on that. There's going to be some sort of diamond painting pin, but don't expect the world there. There's going to be some washi tape, probably from Diamond Art Club. I have washi tape from when they used to give out washi tape with the kits. I have some of their washi tape mystery boxes. So Diamond Art Club washi tape, and then probably one of my cover minders. So we'll see what, you know, duplicate cover minder I have, or, you know, something like that. And then, you know, we'll see what else I have from, as far as goodies I can throw in there. Maybe some, special drills. That's what I'm thinking, is something like that. So a goodie bag of some of my extra, some of my extras. I hope that's okay. So to enter, what you need to do is to fill out the Google form that's in the notes of this video. So, because I need your information. And then I want you to write a comment on this video with the word, should have come up with the word, with the word travel in it. It can be anything that has the word travel in it, but don't put the word giveaway or prize or anything like that, because apparently that will, I'm not going to put that anywhere in the notes or anything like that. You're just going to see the entry, give the entry Google form, and you need to comment below with the word travel. And don't like travel, like be careful with travels or traveling, because I will try to use those if I can. It just depends on how many comments we get. And then I will do a drawing, and the Google form will give me your information so I know where to send your gift. So that is how you enter the giveaway. And there's a few more questions to answer. Yeah. So I hope you stay tuned for the rest of the questions. Let's see. What's next? Do your cats help you diamond paint? Oh, if you hear one right now, it's having a hairball. Sorry if you hear that. You okay, Wally? Hairball? I think it's dealing with it. Sorry about that. Hairballs are part of cats. So do my cats help me diamond paint? They like to come up next to me and bump my elbow. So, because they want attention, you know? Or like Evo will come and sit in my lap while I diamond paint. Wally will come and sit beside me while I diamond paint. Eva's the smaller cat of the two. And so they like to help. They don't try to get into it though. They don't try to like get into the, like they don't step on the sticky or anything like that. They don't step on the diamond paintings or anything like that. They don't jump on the table necessarily. But they will come close and they will try to get my attention and or sit next to me. Do they interrupt my filming? Yes. That they do. I don't like cut it out or anything like that. Like, I'm sorry if you had to hear the cat deal with the hairball. That's part of my life. And editing it out just seems silly. So if you have cats, you know about it. He was able to handle it himself and it didn't end up on the floor. But the coughing is kind of what happens when cats have a hairball. It is almost spring. It feels like spring today, so maybe there's more cat hair than usual. Although my cats are indoor cats, so but you know what they don't do? Like, they don't jump up, especially on the craft table where it'd be easier to do it. They don't jump. My craft table's kind of high, though. And they don't, like, step on the craft table while I'm diamond painting and filming. Like, they don't make appearances on the, like, you can see here in this shot, I'm pretty sure you can see the carpet a little bit, so you could see a cat walk by. But, you know, so you might see that, but they do make noises in my videos. They do meow, they do, you know, cat things, they eat, they go to the sandbox, I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, you know, you're going to hear what they're doing. So they interrupt in that way, but I usually don't edit it out. What's the most satisfying section to work on? Confetti, color blocking, or ABs? You know, I think I like confetti. I think confetti sections are the most satisfying to me. AB's not. Like, I don't mind the way AB's look, but I don't like placing them. I don't like color blocking them. I don't like placing them. Sorry, I had a hiccup there. I swallowed some air. And I'm drinking a bubbly drink, so hopefully it doesn't start a chain of hiccups, because that would be really annoying right now. But confetti, I like confetti. I think when you're placing a bunch of drills individually, like, the placing looks better than multi-placing does sometime. I think it's just more satisfying to do a lot of confetti. I like the way it looks. So even though it does take longer, to do the confetti. So yeah, definitely confetti. Let's see, do I have goals for my channel this year? Well, I'd like to see my slow growth continue. I'd like to, you know, branch out in maybe the types of videos I'm doing, but I need to come up with some ideas of some videos to branch out to. I'd like to, you know, continue to put out 2 videos a week. I'd like to get better at filming. I'd like to get better at whipping chats, just better at speaking, you know, during those. Yeah, I think those are my goals. I hadn't really, you know, I have diamond paintings I'm doing, you know, for the year and things like that, like my temperature project and the Randall Spangler houses. And I want to show those on the channel. Yeah, just continue on and have some slow growth and see where it takes me. Keep doing it as long as it's fun. AI duplicated a question because it's AI. That's what you get from AI, is a duplicate question. And it basically duplicated the question again. So, you know, AI is not the best at things like that, but it came up with some decent questions there, I thought, you know. I hope that it's been beneficial for you to, you know, see, for you to hear some of the answers. I hope some of these questions have been beneficial, and if you have any other questions for me, feel free to leave them below. We will either roll them into the next question and answer, or I'll answer them in the comments. So, yeah, I hope to put out, let's see, about 100 videos in a year. So my goal would be to be at like 300 subscribers by the end of 200 to 300 subscribers by the end of the year, and then I'll put out 100 videos this year. That's a lot. That's a lot. And we got 12 colors done of the 24. I hope this was beneficial to you. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!